Okay, this is Stephen Cuffey, Stephen Tyrone Cuffey, coming with you with live broadcast number 18 of my mini live broadcast. I'm just plugging right each day, right along. The one thing that I want to talk about today is, for the one thing I want to talk about, I may talk about a few other things, but the one thing I really want to center on today is happens to be greed and abundance. A blog came out on March 28th that was really touching to me, and I just can't get enough of it as I read it. I kind of dissected it. I won't go word for word in the blog. I won't start from. There's some things that I'm going to touch on, but I got my iPad Air right here that I'm referring to. But I want to say that it's been a pleasure to be, first of all, to be with you all today. Marianne Murphy is my moderator. She let me know what people are saying. And our genius, Gerard, is there. Thank you, brother, from UK. I hope one day I can meet you in person, and because I've heard so many great things about your country. Perhaps you can come over to the US sometime. I have this, I just want to say this. I have this vision that all of us are going to see each other. And perhaps it will happen when that cruise happens, because I want to be on that cruise. I want to be on that cruise with each and every one of you all so we can see each other in person, because we talk through live, through messaging, we do all kind of great things. But to see a person in person is even better. Well, let me just say to you all, it's been great. It's been great to be a part of TBC. I want to thank admin so much for being a part, doing this in our lap. But let's talk about a little something here. Let's talk about greed. Now, I'm gonna tell you from experience, a little about me. Um, I'm a retired probation officer for the state of Virginia in the United States. I saw more greed than you can ever imagine here, right, visually. I saw it in neighborhoods. And one of the things I saw, greed, I saw people doing drug sales on the corners. Some of them were my clients. And when they see me rolling up with our state vehicle, they immediately put their what? Their gun in their pocket and their drugs in their pocket. They just throw it away. See, I never carried a gun with me when I went in these bad neighborhoods, because everybody knew me in that city of Portsmouth, Virginia. Everybody knew who Stephen Tyrone Cuffey was. I made myself known. Police officers and law enforcement, some of the judges couldn't even understand, how could you be so brave to do that? Because I used this right here, my mindset, and what came out of here, my mouth. But it's so many people, so greedy. And I hate to say this, but unfortunately, some of our mindset is focused on that. Because when I see this when the fiat, when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? See, that's a sign of greed. See, greed is different definitions for it, but I picked one for myself on it. It said, intense and selfish desire for something, especially wealth, power, and even food. That love of money, that Randy was just talking about, that love of money is a sign of greed, selfishness, all about me. And I talked about crime in a lot of cases. Stealing, robbing, all that kind of thing is greed. It's just greed all over the place. And see, what influences our minds, I was thinking about this too. What influences our mind and feeds this greed is our environment. We have so much negativism around us. It's sometimes, that old expression we use in the United States, thick as peanut butter. So, but it's so darn self-destructive. So self-destructive. So it's so important for us not to feed on that greed, to get away from it as much as possible. Because what sometimes fuels this greed is the lack of, like the lack of money, the lack of clothing, the lack of food. Those things tend to fuel greed. See, when we have the lack of things, we tend to want more and more and more and more. But the great thing is that what happened is, what did admin do? They created the Billion Coin, all about abundance for everyone. And it created this wonderful thing that's about to happen on March 1st. You know, I wouldn't be, you know, because April's kind of slowly getting to that busy time. We're already in April, in our second week. I'm thinking that what's going to happen, I wouldn't be surprised if the same cookie return get extended like it did last time. There's no blog out there saying this, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes past May into June to a certain point. Because when I've talked about this before, I see people so slow to get in gear. And all of us is doing, and let me clap right now to thank all of you for turning it up and doing live broadcasts. See, people like Mary and Gerard and Randy and Moms, Edwin. I could name several people. Jules out of New Zealand, Sharon out of Australia. I mean, and Stephanie Stanley. Oh my God. I saw her video. It was just incredibly good. Just an ordinary person. But I couldn't have done it any better than she did it. I see her as a possible leader in the making. Sister, keep on making those videos. If you make videos like that, believe me, you're gonna see it get it recognized on our TBC admin even more. Because she talked about this very same thing. She actually went over it. That's one reason why I'm not going to go over it all entirely. I'm going to, you know, they talked about greed is stingy. It hates to give or share. See, it's selfish. You know, it's self-destructive of the one with greed. But see, but abundance, that means a person got love in their heart. They want to give. You know, even, oh my God, I have to mention this. Even in our Bible, our Holy Bible, it talks about we should live life abundantly. And I know a lot of you that know this. It is so awesome to see that our blog is just feeding us and feeding us and feeding us of so much awesome information. Some of it we already know, we just don't act upon it. See, the way I see it is, I work for admin. Admin doesn't work for me. They provide the tools, the know-how, so I can disseminate this information out to different people. See, TBC is about multiplying. Just keep on growing and growing and growing to 1 billion people. Wow, we got some new people here. Some of the usual ones. Oh God, Edwin, you're a wonderful man. Wonderful. Wow. This is great. This is great. Thank you for being here, Moms. Gerard, Roy, the Power Box, James. Some of my usual people, I expect them to be here. They're always here. We got some new ones coming. See, I didn't become this expert that TBC called me, or see, I already named myself one before they did, because I feel it in my heart, in my mind. I knew that at some point I had to learn as much as possible. And Gerard, I'll be one of those geniuses very soon. I want to learn as much as possible about this awesome opportunity and keep so when the, as I call, the herd of the orphans, when that herd of the orphans come, and we need to help them get plugged into TBC. See, it's one thing. Some of those orphans, when they get plugged in, they're going to be greedy. They're going to be wondering, when can I cash out? All these things going to come out their mouth. Are you going to be ready to explain to them or refer them to a certain blog that explains what they pertain to, what they're asking? So it's not going to be all about just taking all these people as leads. Guess what has to happen? They all have to be trained. They all have to be trained, just like we are. So we got to be on our P's and Q's. We got to be on our toes. We got to be right to be able to explain to them step by step by step of getting plugged in totally like we are. Because see, the way I see it is, we can have a whole bunch of people, millions, billions, but if they're not educated and getting the proper training, we're not, it's that old expression I've said before, we're just existing in this TBC. Because that's how I see it, some of us. We're just existing in TBC. Just holding on to our abundance in our wallets. And we're not getting the word out. We're not multiplying. See, it's not about greed and the lack of. Yes, that concerns a lot of us. But it's about building this TBC in numbers, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, wow. Oh, wow. Got some new people here today. So let's get out of that mindset of greed. Because if I'm gonna say this to everybody. Go on, read that blog again on March 28th of this year. Read that blog again about greed. Called Greed versus Abundance. And it's got people going up like a cliff or ladder, or they're pulling each other up. It's a diagram. I read it again, by looking at Stephanie Stanley's, I think that's her name, video. I was just moved. I read it again. I had a whole nother feeling about it. The sad part of it is, I saw myself like this at some point in my life. Yes, I've been greedy before. And I thank TBC for changing that. Abundance. Actually, I've been focusing on more abundance because, I just don't, I don't even like that word greed. You know that? If everybody can kind of understand what I'm talking about, could you put in TBC works for me? Everybody's here. Just put in TB works for me if everybody understand what I'm talking about here. because I just don't know if we can make it like this. You know, this passage here was really nice. So if you find your heart has invited greed to reside there, then you need love. Then you need to love yourself enough to alter the self-destruction course. So I'm gonna read that again. So if you find your heart has invited greed to reside there, then you need to love yourself enough to alter your self-destructive course. Wow. That part really hits me right there. Some of us got to alter that course. Some of us got Jews, right? Everybody here. See, I believe, and I'm not calling any name here. I think it's just a little bit of greed, and some got a little bit more, and even in the people here in this live feed. Or you may have been greedy to a little point at some point in your life. You maybe just can't identify it. But just think hard about some of the things that has transpired in your life. How you were about food, how you about money, how you about clothing, something you really wanted. But you just wanted it because it looked good or tastes good. Oh, yes. Edwin, I could have said it better. TBC is the solution because it's all about abundance in TBC. So think about what I'm saying here. You know, it talks about, do you really want to be on a suicide mission? Because that's what greed leads you to. I personally know of some people from my last profession that lost their lives off of greed. You know, and I know that it's probably some people in law enforcement or the court system that have careers and or either had careers that are now in TBC could relate to what I'm talking about. See, I'm not talking about something that I saw on TV or some I saw on my iPad Air or my laptop or any type of device I got. I'm talking about what I saw in my own eyes and hear people say out of their own mouth. I saw so many greedy people in 22 years. All in one little city. And we have several cities here in what they call our Hampton Roads area, Virginia. And they got their own crime in each city or each county. I was responsible for that one city. That's only about 15 minutes driving distance from here. Actually, more like 10. I could go right now in the car and pick up someone in Porsche right now that's as greedy as they can be. That's all they think about, how much they can get over on a person, how much they can get. But I'm telling you this, we got to change that mindset. That can no longer be a part or should never be a part of TBC. It was not created that way to be greedy. TBC was always and always will be about abundance for us all. Because how are we going to get rid of poverty if we're greedy and self-centered? So think about what I'm saying here. This is really it's almost like a plague. It's almost something that eats at you. Sometimes consciously and sometimes unconsciously. So whenever you think you really want something bad enough, take a deep breath and see if it's something you really need right at the moment. Think about that other person that may need it, that's less fortunate. They don't know where their next meal is going to come from. Don't know where their next clothing is going to come from. Don't know where their next roof over their head is going to come from. You know, like a home. Some people I've seen people have a sheet that's used as a door in their home. See, I don't have to go far to see poverty. It's only 5 to 10 minutes away from me. And I'm sure that's the same case with you. Look at all the homeless people around in the world. That's poverty. Now, we don't know what their intentions are all the time, but a lot of them, if they don't have a roof over their head for whatever reason it is, it could be their own doing that's happened that way. No one ever knows. But who, excuse the expression, but who in the hell cares? Help people out. Help people out there. See, I'm very passionate about this. I'm very passionate about TBC. I'm very passionate about helping the other person. I'm going to be okay. But I'm concerned about making sure that person and that person and that person is okay. So let us remember, when we wake up in the morning, what we should be thinking about is that other person. I know we get up in the morning, take a bath, brush our teeth, get our bodies right, wash our face or whatever. But after all that, you got your meal. What about the other person? Did they get their meal? See, when a person is self-centered, that's a sign of greed. It's self-destructive, folks. So let's think about this. All right. Now, as we approach cookie redemption, I'm going to focus on another thing now. As we approach our redemption period, yes, I'm going to say it every single video or live broadcast, how it is important to pay this $10. Now I'm hearing on the other live feeds, they're just flowing through it. They're just saying the wallet fee. But they need to pay that $10 annual subscription to their Crinkle Cash back office. That is even more important, because if they pay that, the wallet fee is taken care of. And the majority of us have the Crinkle Cash because it was given to us free. And we're giving out to people free. But if they don't have Crinkle Cash, and there are some that don't, that's when they only have to pay the wallet fee. So please don't get that twisted. We really got to focus on when we say it. We say it so quickly. I'm noticing in our live broadcast. We need to be focusing on getting these people, and Gerard did a great job. I think, I may just do that, Gerard. He said in his thing, he's going to charge people $20. And really think about it. It's just not $10. If you have to be paid by cryptocurrency, by Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin, it's got to be paid. It's got to be paid by a cryptocurrency. And there are fees attached to that. So I have a PayPal account. And if anybody here know of anyone that wants to partner with me, the information is down the bottom. If anybody have not paid their $10 annual subscription to their Cream Cash back office, they can send between $15 to $20 through PayPal. My PayPal is stracstc@aol.com. stracstc@aol.com. You can send it right through PayPal if you have PayPal. Or you can send it through Western Union or MoneyGram. If you're in the US, you can send it Walmart to Walmart. Because I'm just not going to accept just $10. Then I'm paying the actual fees, the transferring fees from my Coinbase or my blockchain or whatever wallet I have, and I have 5 of them. I'm not going to just pay all the fees, and So yes, Gerard, you was right on point. It should be just $20. It should be $20 if you have to do it for them. Okay, but keep that in mind. You just got to be mindful of those little things. We just saying wallet fee. It's just not wallet fee. Wallet fee is easy for people who don't have Crinkle Cash. That's only for that reason. I'm gonna say it again, but if they have Crinkle Cash back, most of us have Crinkle Cash. They need to be focusing on paying that because that covers more than just a wallet. So keep that in mind, guys. When we say it out our mouth, we should be saying $10 annual subscription for your Crinkle Cash back office. Right. The governments. Oh, I ain't even talked about that. They're really greedy. They had Mark Zuckerberg on TV yesterday being questioned by the panel of our government here in the United States. Something that his Facebook is in trouble with our government. Something that Russia did to infiltrate Facebook. And I think a lot of our information, I'm not saying the people on here information got out, but a lot of people information got out. Another sign of greed. Another sign of greed. Infiltrated Facebook. So we better be careful about how we using Facebook. Be careful. I'm not a big Facebook fan. I'm okay with it, but I'm not as big as some people are about Facebook. I think that social network that Brandon talked about, which I have forgotten I even had one called FutureNet. We need to be promoting. We should need to be on FutureNet and getting it out to people. Because FutureNet is hardly even used talking about TBC. So let's see here. Wow. This is great information that I'm seeing here. As y'all seeing it on the chat. See, so many things can point towards greed. People lose their life over it. Well, I'm coming near. My time is up. That half an hour goes so fast. I'm just looking down here, looking at, the chat. My moderator, Mary, she's wonderful. I'm sure that the governments in y'all country is not doing anything better either. I see people on what they call Capitol here in Washington, D.C. These people make mounts and mounts of money per year. It's just sickening to see what kind of money they make. A lot of them are multimillionaires. And we got so many people don't even know where their next meal going to come from. That's why I love this TBC. Because we're building our own community, our own economy. We got any questions, anything? Any questions before we end for today? Because I see we have, 12 people here. I'm seeing 12 viewers here. Any questions at all from the Power Box, James, anybody, moms? Any questions, anybody? Donna, Gordon, Donna, don't even worry about it. You always here. She said, I'm sorry I'm late. Don't ever apologize about you being late because you're always here. You always support everyone. I see her name comes up different times of the day. I was on Doc Dan's from the Philippines. Let me just point this out. The Philippines I may not understand everything. I'm starting to understand the language a little bit, believe it or not. But you know one thing? They are getting it done over there. They got merchants accepting TBC over their stores. I mean, wow. They're making it happen. They're pushing for 1 million Filipinos in TBC. They're making it happen. Doc Dan is working over there, that president of TBC. Now, I'm not taking nothing from Africa, too. Lawrence is doing a wonderful job in South Africa. the Cameroon and Nigeria, they're doing a wonderful job as well. We need to get more busy here in the United States. That's one reason why Randy pushes so hard out in the west coast of California, where he stays, and his family. Okay, looks like we have no questions. So that kind of ends my 30 minutes. I'm like 1 minute over by my phone here. So I'm sure somebody may be coming after me, but I will be here tomorrow. I believe at the same time. I'll be here at 3:00 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Please check your time slot, and hope to see even more people. And if I need any help with anything, just get in touch with me. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Oh, good. They're doing it. Yes. We exactly, man. We need to be doing the same thing they're doing in the Philippines. I mean, I see them. They have a room with a whole lot of people. I see the same thing in Africa doing that, in parts of Africa. I saw Lawrence do something last week with a whole lot of people in the room. Or they were coming up to the camera and saying hello. Oh my God, I just love that togetherness. We got to get more of that happening all around the world. So I want to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you so much for everyone for being present. And I'll be looking forward to seeing y'all tomorrow. And you can bet I'm going to be there supporting you as much as I can. So this is Stephen Cuffey signing out. Bye-bye.